again to Zero AD Newbie Rush on Mystic Gym TV. I'm Jim Cogan and it's time for another weekly dose of Zero AD action. If you want more match replays, commentary and analysis, do like the video and don't forget to subscribe to get notified about all future episodes. And before we get to today's game, a few bits of news for you all. First off, can I give a big welcome and thank you to the new subscribers who've joined the channel this week. There have been a few. Zero AD Newbie Rush is still a tiny channel, very much in its infancy, so it's great to see growing numbers of subscribers and an increasing number of views with each new episode I release. Please do feel free to give your feedback on the show in the comments below the video, and do let me know your thoughts on what you'd like to see more of in future episodes. I do have quite a number of videos in the pipeline, but I've had to put them back a little because, linking seamlessly into the next bit of news, most of my time has been taken up with the ongoing coverage of the Zero AD 1v1 World Cup July 2020 tournament. Yes, you'll have noticed a large amount of Zero AD Newbie Rush tournament specials appearing this week, so do check them out if you haven't already, and there will be lots more to come. I'm literally uploading them as quickly as I can produce them, and it's this sudden glut of content that I've uploaded and the general interest surrounding the tournament that has led to the increase in subscribers this week. So massive thank you to Derek Awumi, the tournament organiser, and Baduso, who is ably assisting him in coordinating all the games and clarifying the tournament rules. Do check out Baduso's Zero AD YouTube channel as well, link in the description below for even more Zero AD match coverage, and keep track of the progress of the tournament. Again, link available in the description. And while plugging all things Zero AD this week, do check out Tom Zero AD's YouTube channel. He's literally just uploaded his first new content for about a month, so it's great to have Tom back. Check out his videos for even more Zero AD match action, plus he is building up probably the most useful and comprehensive series of Zero AD tutorials available anywhere online. Once again, link in the description. Finally, and not related to Zero AD at all, but it's my show and I promise to do this, big shout to my very patient partner Claire, who puts up with the amount of time I've recently sunk into producing Zero AD Newbie Rush, so love you very much, Claire. Right, on with the show. This week's game is a pretty rapid fire affair. We're on a small mainland map and it's a 1v1 match between Depict, rated 1348, playing as the Seleucids, and Isam 96, rated 1301, and he's playing as the Ghouls. Let's see the action. And we're off. Pretty quick fire game this week. It is in the north of the map. Depict, playing as the Seleucids. Again, I never know whether I've pronounced that right, even when I look it up and spell it phonetically. Seleucids. So Depict, playing in the red, in the north, rated 1348. In the south, playing as the Ghouls. Isam 96, rated just a fraction lower, 1301. It's a small mainland map. I can never remember if this is tropical or savanna. It's not. Could be jungly. All I know is there are tigers, and they all seem to be, rather unfortunately for Isam 96, centered around his base. There's a few there. I hate playing maps with tigers on it. Generally, anything that can kill you that isn't the opposition. I have enough trouble with them. Anyway, let's have a look how the teams are shaping up. Depict in the north, Seleucids gone for a pretty traditional start. We have Farmstead for women and no berry upgrade yet. Can't see any additional berries. He's gone for storehouse down to the south for infantrymen there. Another storehouse. Oh no, it's a house. So a house at the back, and he's got women collecting straight to the CC. So 3 different avenues of operation going on. Plus cavalrymen collecting chickens, as is their wont. Coming out of the base, we have a steady slew of women. Looks like 2 at a time. Still no berry upgrade, but only 1 lot of berries, so not unsurprising. Let's have a look at ISAM 96, the ghouls. So, looks like he sent women to gather berries first, then built farms. Oh no, farmsteads over there. That's a ghoul house. I am confusing my buildings today. So farmstead again, no berry upgrade, and what looks like no additional berries. 8 women on that, and the horse collecting chickens, and all his wood lines and other operations are down to the south of his base. So lots of houses going up. 1 storehouse and a whole conflagration mostly of female citizens and a couple of skirmishers. So in terms of forward looking, it appears that Depict is striving for the middle. Population wise, he's actually opened up a bit of a lead already. 31 plays 27, and he's doing a bit of scouting here. Or is he just standing guard? Will we have... I don't know whether anybody's going to go for a more cavalry-centric rush approach. This is definitely a bit of a scout. He's avoided the tigers, which is good. Is he going to have a pop at anyone as he goes past? Where is... Ah, it looks like ISAM is doing something similar. He's mapping out the centre of the map. No confrontation as of yet. Large collections of female citizens moving towards wood in a more northerly direction now, so a little bit forward, and the opposing cavalrymen just miss each other. Oh, this is a bit sneaky. So Depict is actually G'ing up the tigers, trying to bring them more towards ISAM's base. That's a bit of sportsmanship there. What does... Oh, he's also G'd that one up. So ISAM 96 could end up with tiger trouble. Another reason I hate maps with tigers on it. You can do that kind of thing. Interestingly, down here, 12 women, no infantrymen, and 2 very hungry looking menacing tigers nearby. They may have a bit of a soul, and there's more coming in. You must know it's a tiger heavy map. I don't know if I don't think I've ever seen tigers kind of be decisive. I know I've done the classic of my cavalryman has gone straight off and ran straight into a tiger. I hate it when that happens. We are now seeing farming. ISAM has gone for 2 farms straight off the bat, but incredible shift to farming up here by Depict. He's really gone all in. So all his female woodcutters and berry collectors, plus a whole load more that he's created, have gone straight into farming. They're not fully stocked. Oh, we have some fighting with the tiger. That's going to be down south. What's happened there? I just heard a growl, but couldn't see any confrontation. I imagine that's probably a tiger stirring into the Northern Territories for ISAM. Going back to Depict, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields down straight away. Not all of them are being utilised. There's one. They're all being partially utilised now. More women on the way. So he's got 33 women in the vicinity of the base alone. He's got further 9 up here. He spammed out the women. Very lucky from his point of view that he hasn't been rushed. There's a lot of juicy targets in there. Oh, it was. It was. There was a stray tiger up here. I see a tiger corpse. So, yeah. I don't know who did the killer. It was the CC, possibly. Yeah, he's got his cavalryman in the CC, so it probably popped off the tiger from range before it could maul the farmers. Over here we have the barracks. Another storehouse, a parallel storehouse over here, and house just behind. And 14, he's still producing a lot of women. He's really going for resources over security, which he is going to boom pretty quickly when it gets to about phase 2. Over for ISAM, we have barracks gone up, still only small amounts of infantry, mostly a female-centric force. Still got his cavalryman is out hunting the peacocks, I believe. No additional cav. So I think we're going to see an infantry fest. But the lead has remained fairly solid. It's still 70 for Depict. Plays 54 for ISAM. So it is widening slightly. ISAM going for a more progressive shift to farming. Consequently, appears to have a lot lower food and is not able to produce the same ferocity that Depict is producing. Is he now starting to push out infantry? He most certainly is.
Yeah, see?
So he is starting to build a force. Nobody has gone in for cav, so I suppose they can all feel fairly secure. And it does indeed look like we are going to see a large infantry battle when the two sides, and they're not far apart, it's a small map, when they start to sort of congregate towards the middle. Looking at development, ISAM has a good strong wood line still on the go over on this flank. Another one here just beyond the borders. He's emptying this one within the borders, and on the edges he's got a very clear direction in which to strike forward. Depict has slightly more bitty wood lines in his near vicinity, but again just beyond the borders. Certainly within the borders when we get to phase 2, some good strong wood lines towards the front. And basically beyond that, you're into your opponent's territory. So I think they will come to a head, probably very reinforced in the middle. And it will all kick off probably round about here. Let us see. Is anybody close to getting to phase 2? Depict's moved up to 92. He is able to upgrade. He has not chosen to do so yet. How far are we in? We're 8 minutes in, so he's got great guns. He's really produced the numbers. Has not had any threatening type situations. Is he going to make the jump to phase 2 now? 5 more spearmen coming out. And he's starting to diversify into mining. ISAM. Oh, no, it's just a bit of hunting, more tiger trouble. But yeah, the farms are being established. The wood lines are being depleted near the base, and he is now hitting for that huge wood line.
Yeah,
He's got a large number of all infantry out there. He is producing infantry 6 at a time for the barracks, and supplementing that with 4 skirmishers coming out of the CC. So they are both moving along at a hell of a pace. But you would say Depict has the advantage at the moment. I think he possibly... No, he didn't house himself. That's another 5 spearmen coming out.
Yeah, see?
It is a very numbers-centric approach. Holding back on the phasing up. I would expect him to go on or around 10 minutes. Is ISAM anywhere near? No, not quite in the position yet. There's not too much. So the gap has opened a little. It's 120 to Depict, plays 91. But infantry-wise, they're pretty much even Stevens. A slight advantage Depict. He has 43 infantry, plays 41. They both still have the 1 cavalryman apiece. Upgrade-wise, fairly standard fare. They are working their way through the collection upgrades, farming upgrades. Let's have a look where that farm is. As you would expect, they are focusing on farming. And parallel wood lines going on. So Depict is going to spread down along 2 flanks. I think going to try and encapsulate this one singular concentration that ISAM has got here. Could find himself somewhat outflanked on either side if Depict's expansion continues. I think Depict has gone to phase 2, so that's pretty good. He's reached, that's just after 10 minutes, so that's pretty good. Not got all of the farming upgrades. I think he's going to rip through farming upgrades now. He's got a considerable amount of food and well-established food lines. So food upgrades not his top priority. I think just spamming out the troops. Lots of them. We're seeing phase 2 buildings now. Let's have a look. Not seeing markets. What's that? It's more houses. So not seeing any phase 2 buildings yet from Depict. I would have thought he would have stolen a march and gone for it. He's going straight for a military colony. Now this is interesting. This has largely claimed this here. This seems to have spooked Isam completely. I would have hoped he could have made a bit more of this. He's just given away, just handed, yeah, here you go, Depict, have this major wood line right on the borders of my base. It's all yours. I think that's a tactical error. I think he's got to phase 2 now. I think Isam really could have reinforced that with towers, made this his. I know with people in that military colony, it would have made it difficult, but I mean that's what Depict has done. He's put a tower down right next to it. Yeah, I think he's backed away there. His barracks is in danger. He's not garrisoned. And now they're coming back to try and make a fight of it, but I think it's too late now. I think they should have maybe dropped back a bit, reinforced, maybe gone for a push, expanded sideways. First major confrontation going on here, and it sees 2 kills for Isam, the first 2 kills of the game. I think he should have had a bit more backbone there and made a bit more of a fight for this. Lots of storehouses. Are we saying phase 2 buildings? Yeah, there's the market. What is he lacking? So he's got a tower that we saw go up over here. So we're waiting on either more towers or possibly blacksmith. I think blacksmith would be a good idea with the number of troops he's got. If you could G them up and reinforce them and make them a bit stronger even more, that would be pretty good. Let's see, we have temple going up here. More barracks. Isam seems to be really going for barracks at the moment. Barracks? What's the plural of barracks? Multiple barracks, should we say. Market now going up. He's finally got a tower. Hasn't garrisoned it. I think that's a mistake. And another tower to help fight the this expansion. This is hurting Isam because he's having to divert troops away from what they're doing to kind of reinforce this area here. He's got a tower covering it. Another tower over here would be good. Tiger wandering somewhat ominously into the base. Don't want an unexpected tiger attack. We have a big grouping of priests there. There's a mass going on in the middle. Blacksmith going down quite near the front line. Is that the last phase 2 building? Yeah, it is, in fact. Now that's gone up, Depict is actually going to rip over to phase 3 as soon as these 7, what are they, Javelineers come out of the CC.
Yeah, see?
Have we seen any military upgrades happening? Not as yet. Isam's still somewhat stuck. Oh, he's also queued up going to phase 3 now. And somebody's fighting a tiger somewhere, I think. Where is that happening? Or is that just noise from a fully garrisoned tower coming in on the barracks? You would say it looks like it. Well, it is definitely going to be Depict who gets to phase 3 fractionally faster. Well, it's even Stevens, in fact, but there is quite a big population gap opened up now. Depict in this expansion has upped the ante, got 177 troops, 110 infantry, plays 136 for Isam, of which 77 are infantry. Lost a bit of tempo in having to defend this barracks. He has other barracks available now, a whole load of priests and mining operations going on. But the advantage is definitely with Depict. I think he is going to get Fortress down fast. Where is it going to go, though? He's got a choice of flanks on which to expand from. Isam has gone straight for a fortress the second he's hit phase 3. Depict being a bit more laid back with it. Still boosting those numbers. He's jumped up to a massive 201. Plays 144. So while Isam is concentrating on getting this fortress up. Depict has gone for the numbers. He is in a position to come running across this border and doing some serious damage to Isam's infantry. In that time, Isam will obviously have to spend time constructing siege. I think he is going for siege as his main offensive weapon and holding back for anything else. With this number disadvantage, it doesn't do for him to be involved in mini skirmishes. But that is what he's having to do. He is being pulled from one side of his base to the other. And he has now garrisoned this barracks. Are we going to see more towers here to reinforce the sides? He must know. He could see full well what Depict is doing. Lots of mini skirmishes going on. It's more soldiers being dragged into the fray. We're not seeing huge amounts of conflict. Now, Isam has killed 6 troops. Depict has only killed 1. He's building a temple on the border. I don't understand that. That is a lot of vulnerable people there trying to build this thing, whereas he's taking casualties and damage. He's starting to lose a few troops now, but the temple's denied. Isam comes back and he is far more clinical in the killing stakes. He's killed 15 troops to Depict's 7, but it's all very reactive. He's being denied space to expand. I don't think he's going for... Is he going for a temple further back? He seriously believes in temples, whereas I quite like the look of Depict's strategy, which is build loads of towers. Get your buildings to do your shooting and killing for you. Hasn't garrisoned this one though, which I think would be a good move. But a significant bit of conflict going on here. The priests that Isam has it's helping the situation. He is killing at double the rate that Depict is. But Depict has the position. He has a good avenue for expansion. Still no fortress. Just going to check, make sure I haven't missed a secret fortress off somewhere else. No. I would imagine a fortress just here somewhere would be a good place to launch siege attacks from. Meanwhile, we have single ram coming out from Isam. Single rams are quite easy to defeat if you have the right troops to hand, and he has lots of close quarter infantry. I think he'll be able to put this down pretty quick. So it is a sustained attack, but he is fighting in the shadow of a fully garrisoned tower. But the losses, they're pretty even now. Oh, it's now gone very even. I think this attack, see, the ram has been defeated, and in the shadow of the tower, with, has he upgraded any troops yet? No upgrades yet, but with the hero in vicinity and a fair few troops, he has stolen a march as Depict. He's still got the numerical advantage. 194 plays 121. He's got 106 infantry, plays a pretty paltry now 49 infantry as another single ram comes out. I don't think that's going to fare any better than the last one. In the meantime, the hero is causing trouble for Isam over here. Depict's hero. I'm not going to even try and pronounce his name. He might lose the tower, but Depict is killing at a greater rate now. He's killed 71 of Isam's troops, and it's 187, plays a rapidly declining. Currently it's 110, but double the amount of infantry. And we have elephants. Elephants have emerged. So, fortress has been put up in the middle there. And we are seeing a steady production of armoured war elephants. And it looks as if Isam is really struggling at this point. Depict definitely has the advantage. Is he making troops? Is Isam trying to reinforce? He's reinforcing from that barracks, and that one 6 at a time. He has got some military upgrades, and we are seeing forces come in now. He has nobody garrisoned, and he has nobody in a position. He's got 20 troops in here, in this temple. Tell a lie, that's a temple that Depict has captured and garrisoned. this looks awful for ISAM at the moment. The lead is now nearly 100. ISAM is reinforcing, but it's like he's throwing his troops to the slaughter. Depict has so many aggressive structures that are dealing damage to his troops. The elephants are going to take down this fortress. It's gone, and there's nothing really to stop them. Still, I know the reinforcements have now stopped. I think ISAM has food trouble. He cannot... Oh no, it's not food, it's wood he's short of. He's struggling to re-equip. And in fact, the writing was on the wall there for ISAM. I think he saw a very quick defeat coming up. There's no way he could have resupplied that. And, well, there you go. That was quickfire. What, 21 minutes? Yeah, I have to say, Depict, I think, was pretty much in control of that all the way through. Let's have a look at the numbers. So Depict raised 149 troops in total. He killed 140, lost 102, and on the other side ISAM made 102, killed 102, but lost that 140, and that 140 were all infantry. So his army was pretty much wiped out in that harassment and expansion that Depict did through the middle. If we look at how the armies were raised, clearly from very early on, Depict was able to outproduce ISAM quite considerably. And if we look at their lethality, the numbers killed, or Depict the numbers lost, round about that first incursion, ISAM began losing numbers at a greater rate, trying to fight in the shadow of those towers, producing siege engines one at a time. I just don't think he had the numbers. He was keeping relative pace, but those numbers definitely told. If we look at the kill-death ratio, come the end, not a huge amount in it, you would say, but Depict was killing 1.37 of the opposition to everyone he lost. 0.73 for ISAM 96, so smaller population and less lethal army. In terms of techs, Depict again, he got all of the early tech upgrades, boosting his population at every opportunity. He got armor, he got the fast training upgrade, and he got arrow shooters, pretty much the same for ISAM, but with the extra numbers he could do more with them. So pretty comprehensive victory. I think Depict had more of tactical nous on that map with the resources he had and the expansion as he planned it. So good play, but two good players, good match, bit short and sweet. I think I wasn't expecting the end when it came. I thought ISAM would try and make a bit more of a fist of it, but I think the writing was very much on the wall at that point, and all he had to look forward to was a pretty comprehensive defeat. So he took the honourable approach, fell upon his sword, and well played, Depict. So the ghouls got mauled. Congratulations to Depict for getting that pretty dominant victory over ISAM 96. If you enjoyed this episode and want more of the same, do drop a like on the video. You can leave some feedback in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also check out the video description for more Zero AD goodness, including links where you can download and play Zero AD yourself. It's 100% free, so why not? You'll also find a selection of other Zero AD themed YouTube channels to keep you occupied in the wait for the next episode. And you could even put yourself forward to star in a future episode by submitting a replay of one of your games. But that's it for this episode of Zero AD Newbie Rush. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.